don't rotate like I used to. And it's been interesting, like trying to get back into tennis here in my 40s, just as like kind of like a once a week hobby and stuff like that. Like you just can't get into some of the same positions. Like I can't throw myself into lumbar extension and hit a kick serve to like the ad court like I used to when I was a high school tennis player. I have lost range of motion, but that was needed for my new sport, right? You don't want to have a ton of degrees of freedom when you've got 500 pounds on your back or 600 pounds in your hand. So there definitely is a price to be paid. Probably beats up on cartilage a little bit more. But I think the biggest thing is that the loss of rotational capacity for a lot of people is significant at those kinds of heavy bilateral loads. Now, it's a different discussion if we're talking about rotational rows, kettlebell, Turkish get-ups, single leg stuff. When that weight training is velocity based stuff, we're focusing on moving fast. Like there are ways where I think we can hold on to motion as we get athletes stronger in ways that are specific to their sport. But I think we'd be really naive to say that there isn't a price to be paid for absolutely everything.
Yeah, no, I think that that's a great one especially coming from, Cressy there, right? Is that us understanding that there is some bad, especially when it comes to rotational athletes, right? If we're loading them up, right, bilaterally, trying to get them as strong as possible, right? The body is going to adapt to that extreme stimulus. And that's really important. One of the things that we see with athletes quite a bit is actually lose some ability to rotate and be able to get into some of these ranges of motion that obviously require some extreme mobility, or again, that are more task specific. And I think there's always this battle between, these typical S&C coach, right, and strength advocates comparatively to skill specific type training. And I think there's an extreme of both ways, and there's a lot of people that generally in the middle kind of understand that there's this middle ground. But one of the things, again, we could actually talk about when you get into the anatomy, one of the things that we talk about inside of our curriculum, and also when we have our retreats, is some of the bad fallout from continuously trying to load up this strength and just go for maximum strength, and how that can actually limit movement quality and actually have some detrimental effects to overall production when we get actually on the field. And this is something we got to keep in mind when we're actually doing training. And I think that Cressy hit it right on the nose right there.